Hello everyone, today we're gonna show you how to make something special out of newspapers. For this, you want a base of cardboard with a diameter of 25 centimeters, hot glue gun, normal glue, scale, scissors, and a blade. Now let's begin. Now what you have to do is you have to fold the newspaper like this in half first, and then you gotta cut it like this. And then you have to fold it again in half, and then you have to cut it, and so they will be divided into 4 sheets. And now what you have to do is take only one of that and roll it like this on a skewer or a stick this thin, and roll it like this smoothly, gently, and keep it tight. Don't let the paper release, or else you have to do everything over again. And now I'll be just sticking it. And now what we have to do with these rolls is we have to make these. So for that, what you have to do is first you have to take the roll and you have to flatten it properly, and then you have to roll it around your finger like this. Then you have to glue the end and just remove it from your finger, and that's how it's done. And for this bigger one, what you do is again flatten the roll, and I have chose the diameter of the neck of the glue bottle, and it's done perfectly. And now I have made a lot more like them, and what we have to do is we have to squeeze one end of it to make it in an oval shape. We have to make sure that, like an egg shape to be exact. Now what we do is we have to join 2 rolls of newspaper like this and make it into a larger roll. And you can depend on what size you like, you can just add more rolls, and that way you can make something like this. See the size? We chose it almost like a little bit more than twice the size of the normal one. So what we need this big one for is we have to stick it in the middle of this cardboard like this. And now I'm gonna arrange these all newspaper decorations which we made, the rolls, in a pattern, in a beautiful pattern. You can choose any pattern you like. If the pattern we use is confusing, you feel free to use whatever pattern you like, but this is the pattern I like, so I'll be doing that. So okay, now I am gluing them. I have decided what pattern I want, so I have been gluing them, and now the gluing is complete, and this is how it looks. Remember, the pattern is your choice if you don't understand this pattern. And this is the previous one which we made almost 2 years ago, and just with a little dusting every day, you can see how beautiful and perfect it still looks. There are bells hanging at the bottom of this. And now that I've shown you this one, let's continue with our project. Now I'm gonna spray it gold first, and now I'm gonna show you how to make these bells as well. Now what I did is I rolled this, the smaller ones, very small, and just I evenly pushed it in the middle like this. Focus camera, focus. Okay, I think you saw it because the camera is not focusing on it properly. I believe you saw it. And now I'm just gonna spray it gold. I'll just properly cover it. It should be done in a perfect way to look most attractive possible. Now the paint has dried, and now I'll be showing you how to make the bell, the hanging part of the bell. But before that, I'm gonna add some more decorations like the shiny plastics which look like glass, like these. I'm just gonna stick it in random patterns like this. Now you can see it's done. I have stick all the diamonds, and now I'm gonna be using a thread, and I'm going to be covering it 2 times on a 30-meter scale. This. And then I'm going to cut it. And what I'm going to do with this is take the part that's not the end, the bent part of it, and I'm going to make a hole in one of these shiny plastics, and I'm going to be inserting the thread through it and tie a knot. And I'm going to cut out the extra piece. And now I'm going to pass the thread through the bell, and you can see the bell is done from the down. And now I'm gonna add some extra decorations at the top on the thread to make the thread look attractive. I'm gonna be sticking some diamonds and some plastics. Be careful while using the hot glue gun, that is really hot. Okay, I'm gonna carefully do it, and now one is done. I am gonna do the same to the other bells. As you can see here, I have made the other bells as well, and now I'm gonna be gluing the threads behind. And also, as you will see here, I'm gonna be adding newspaper, as a support, and I've also added a piece of cardboard behind on the threads to give it extra support. And now to hang it on the wall, I'm gonna use this thread as a holder for it. I'm going to be carefully gluing it. I'm going to be adding some newspaper as an extra support. I'm going to wait until it dries. I also added some cardboard as extra protection. As you can see, it's done. It's stunning, beautiful, and if you just give it gentle strokes and prevent dust sitting on it, it's gonna last. Just like the old one. See how shiny it looks even though it's close to 2 years old? I mean, look at it. It looks really stunning. Both of them are amazing. And now for the next DIY. Now what I'm gonna do is the same process of folding the paper, a newspaper, in 4 sections. Except for one difference, that was a full newspaper. This is only half a newspaper and folded into 4 sections. And now I'm gonna take one section and make the roll again with the skewer. This is gonna glue it, and I'm gonna pull it like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flatten it again, and I'm gonna make a roll like this. A similar one to the first DIY, and I'm just gonna glue it. And now, as you can see, this is what I made. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a lot more like this. Okay, so while I was making them, Blue Eyes just decided to have some attention. She really wants attention. I mean, I told her in my first video. The link of my first video will be in the description below. Now when she left this, I'm gonna start my work again. I'm gonna make a bigger roll by attaching more and more newspaper rolls at the end of it. And as you can see, this one doesn't have a hole in between. You should start rolling this directly. No holes should be there in between, okay? You can also do it like this. Put some glue to make sure that the newspapers stick onto each other and prevent them from ever, breaking apart and opening the whole roll again until you complete it. And this one should be pretty big. As you can see, it's done now. And I'm just going to be covering it with some glue. I'm gonna just add a layer of glue over it to give it strength. I mean, this is optional. You can do it if you want or not, because I mean, we are doing spray paint on it, which will already give it durability, but we are just layering it with glue. And now I'm gonna use the hot glue gun, which to stick these rolls around this like this. I'm just gonna begin right now. So they should be straight. Okay. Also put glue in between each like this. You should, so that they attach together strongly. It'll give more durability to the DIY we are making right now. So now the first layer is almost done, and now I'm just gonna be starting the second layer. I'm gonna be back once I completed this DIY. I've added the second layer and the third layer, and as you can see now, it's done. You can make it taller if you wish to, but now ours is done, so I'm gonna spray paint it gold. And now it's been spray painted gold. And now I'm gonna put some flowers in this. These flowers are made from newspapers, which will be in our next DIY video. And now you can also use market bought flowers like this, because in this the flowers will look gorgeous and stunning. This is very simple to make. See, this flower is made from newspaper. I mean, they look amazing, stunning. So yep, she came for some attention again. I'll be back in a while, okay? But the DIY is done. It's stunning, it's completed, it's very simple to make. And now let's begin our next DIY, which will again be needing a roll like this. Wrap it around your finger to make smaller ones like this, and then you already know how to make the bigger ones. The hole is the same, we just added 2 newspapers and we made it twice the size. So we need a lot of this. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick them in these circles. I'm using popsicle pieces, but you can use any wood piece you have to make it more durable. And I'm gonna let the glue dry. Now, once the glue dry, what we're gonna do is we are going to add a skewer behind this from the middle. Shorter one for the smaller one and the longer skewer for the longer one. So I'm gonna be sticking them. I'm just gonna add some newspaper over it. Folded newspaper as a support. I'm also going to do the same on the upper side as well. Now once that's done, I'm going to be doing the same for the smaller one. So the glue dried fast and they're ready. The only thing left now is to spray paint them. I'm gonna spray paint one silver and one golden, as you can see here. And something's missing. So in the middle of these, I'm going to be adding a mirror in the bigger one and a small reflecting plastic, which also looks like a mirror. So the bigger mirror, I have covered it with newspaper. I've just wrapped it around with the roll to make it look more good. After painting it gold, you can see why I did it. I'm just gonna put the mirror back inside. Now I've fitted the mirror and this is how it looks. See, it's more beautiful right now. It's more attractive and amazing. This is not our first newspaper DIY. We did our first one. You can just click here in the corner, or the link will also be in the description below. So now let's begin with this. I'm gonna be sticking the mirror in the middle. Just gonna stick it. I'll let it balance. It should balance. Okay, now I'm gonna be adding newspaper as extra extra support. This looks like a lot of hard work to make, but trust me, it's very simple. Very simple to make, easy to make, and absolutely stunning as a decorative. I'm just gonna stick the reflecting plastic. And now I'm gonna be putting some foam inside there like that. And I will be putting our DIYs in place. And just for decorations, I have filled some newspaper, which will be covered from the top by rocks and pebbles. And now it's done. You can see how it looks. It's amazing. And just to tell you, I have changed the vase color from golden to red, which matches it more. It's more beautiful in that. Black or red will look wonderful on it. See? It's amazing.